It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Lions and the Browns, next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field. 2 teams more than ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And speak of, call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Mills. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Going deep here for Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really do.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. And the Lions are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about
touchdown, Browns! From 10 yards out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing out. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Igbenogany elects not to return. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Browns have taken the lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback. And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Igbenogany elects not to return. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around. Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you? You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. On 2nd and a couple, Mills. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. That, and oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Malik McDowell in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter. Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling. Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage. And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away. He can't get him down. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mills. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And it's still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage, Mills.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Mills. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helping.
Now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The drive will start with an option going left. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made that time by Lee McNeil.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Room here to run. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he slides to avoid the hit. this run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Browns add on to their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Trying to improvise. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. His throw incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing, Mills. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
First down, Mills. And that is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw, Mills. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Mills. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Mills to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we see him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And his kick is good. And that will give him a 12-point lead. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Damian Harris, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Aaron Jones has a touchdown on the ground. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Browns, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in Week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start Week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case, with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Being chased out left. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up third and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a third and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Thornton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Out of the gun now on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Big Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. We get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mills now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you're getting the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw is Mills. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Well, he reminded us us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mills. Looking for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this one is right through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down, but it seems like he's processing things pretty well.
He certainly is. He's slowing the game down himself with his actions.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On 1st down, Swift shoves him aside, breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Mills throw complete there to St. Brown. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Mills. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Allen. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is indeed good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, Mills. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw from Mills. Open man right side is Shark. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Mills now from the 50. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well timed. and certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start out here with the option left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mills. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mills to the air again. That one complete. He finds Shark. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mills on 3rd and 2. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. First down, Mills. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Again, it's Mills. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Mills. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Uses the stiff arm. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute and a half remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 4th down, Mills. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a week 1 victory. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, Hey, third down situation. Big third down alert. Lock in here. Fourth down play. Make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
58 yards on the ground for him so far. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cleveland, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. There they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.